Hey, good afternoon. Sorry, I didn't see that it went on. I just need a distraction from everything that I have going on in my life, so I'm going to go ahead and get some makeup on my face. Not that I need to wear makeup this late in the day, but I just figured it would give me a distraction. So for those of you that kind of been listening to me talk about the different medical stuff going on, as you know, I had surgery last Thursday. My grandbaby was in the NICU after he was born. He's great. He's home. Everything is going well. But my dad has been in the hospital since last Friday, and it keeps. Hi, Julie. How are you? Keeps going into ICU. He was put back into ICU this morning, so he's touch and go. And because I just had surgery and I haven't been able to travel down there, they live in Myrtle Beach, and I'm in Maryland. So I'm going to go ahead. The new rave is to use the BFF to do your to do a light flawless coverage. So I'm going to give that a try today and just see what kind of coverage we get from using the BFF brush. So everybody is raving about how it just truly puts on like a second skin, and how great the coverage is with this brush. So I'm just going to give it a try and see what we get. Hi Chantel, how are you? You guys want to get scheduled so I can get you guys in for makeovers? Just getting a light coverage on. Putting that highlight color. The highlight is equivalent to what you probably call, whoops. I hope that doesn't stop you guys from being able to hear, because I don't know where that AirPod just went. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see if that works. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Can somebody just say that you can hear me? Can you see the coverage going on? Hey Robin, can you hear me? I'm gonna go over my nose. Okay, so I have a nice thin layer of coverage. My skin's been kind of like a little off balance since my surgery, I guess because I am on because they did surgery on my esophagus and my stomach. I am on a clear, well, I'm gone from clear liquids, which I was on for several days, to just a flat liquid diet. So, hey, Crystal. And so I'm at least not just like water anymore. I can actually have like tea, unsweetened tea. Can't have anything carbonated. Jello, broth, just liquids. But anyways, I think my skin is a little bit messed up because it's just been a little bit off. It's had some discoloration and some redness and some things. I think from that. Hey, I hope everything went well with your appointment. But I think it's from the surgery, and then like from the medicines they pumped in me, like things I've never had before. They were giving me heparin, which is a blood thinner. I don't really know why. I guess because they were working on the esophagus, and that must be a pretty sensitive area. I don't know. I actually don't know what the blood thinner had to do with anything, but you know, it's like a medication I've never had before. So the only thing I could think of is like all that like coming out of my body, the anesthesia, things that I don't usually have in my system, and then not being able to put any of my regular nutrients in my system. So I'm missing out on a lot of, I mean, like, let's face it, Italian ices, no nutritional value. Jello, no nutritional value. Unsweet tea, no nutritional value. And water, I mean, we need water to survive, but there's no nutrients. So yesterday I did add, and I don't know that I'm really supposed to be having it yet, but I added a protein shake, and I didn't make it like with anything thick like yogurt or anything like that. I just am using like water or milk, but it has vitamins in it, so I was hoping that that might help a little bit and give me a little bit of nutrients and maybe give me a little bit of energy, because probably the worst part about being on all liquids is like you just don't get energy from anything. So and I have to be on a liquid diet for 2 weeks. I guess they don't want that esophagus like contracting yet until it completely heals, where they did the surgery on it at. Okay, so I'm getting, not that you guys aren't on here to talk about that, you're on here to talk about makeup, so let's just talk about what I'm doing. So this is my contour. Contour provides a natural shadow, or provides a shadow where you would naturally have a shadow, and kind of gives you definition on things like your cheekbones, your jawline. It helps diminish the, maybe what I'll do is, hi there, how are you? Maybe what I'll do is do one side first, just to show the difference. Can you guys see any difference between like my cheeks? This shows up a whole lot right now, but it will be blended. And once it's blended, it really just provides a really great shadow right there. I don't have bangs, so it just brings the focus down towards the eyes and not the fact that I have this really wide forehead. I forgot to start with my Stay Spray, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. But anyway, so I'm on because I needed the distraction. I just needed to not be talking and texting about my dad for a few minutes, just to kind of get myself here. I just said I'm going to do one side of my face, and I started to go to the other side. So I'm just going to bring that, and it has more on it because I thought I was going to do the other side. I'm going to bring that there and just kind of get that on the jawline. And then I do this part of my neck because, whoops, I have that thing that you get when you're in your 50s like me. That little bit of sag there. So just kind of diminishing all those things, kind of shadowing them out, distracting from them. And I go up a little bit right here to shadow that out, to kind of, can you see how that jaw looks a little thinner than this jaw? I got a really round face, but it doesn't, does that show up for anybody? Can anybody see that difference? Nobody's talking to me. Hey Patty, how are you? Thank you for hopping on. I'm going to go ahead at this point, actually, before I do everything else, because I want to be able to, just in case I have any fallout, I'm just going to slap some stuff on my eyes. And like I was saying in the very beginning, really don't know why I'm doing makeup this late in the day. Doesn't really make sense, except for that I just needed a distraction. So thank you guys for joining me and distracting myself. I'm putting the lightest color here on first as like a base. And since I have nobody coming today and I have nothing to do except for rest, I am going to just do a very, very simple eye look. I'm going to take the second to the darkest color here. And I'm going to get a little bit underneath of each eye. And then I'm going to take it on the outer corner and in that crease. I believe this color is called Gilded. You guys are wondering what color I'm working with. I'm going to take that brush and blend. So just a really basic 2 colors there. I'm going to take, well, you know what I did? I didn't even do what I said I was going to do, you guys. I took the darkest color, not the second to darkest color. So really, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. Hi, how are you guys? I'm going to go ahead and just leave it with the 2 colors because I don't have anywhere to go. And I said I was going to do one side. I'm going to go ahead and do both sides of my eyes though, just to go ahead and, because when I go back and do this side of my face, I do want to be able to clean up anything that any spillage or anything that I get down below. Big things are happening at work while I'm out. Seeing some emails flash over my phone. Our CEO is retiring. Hope I make it back to say my goodbyes because I actually process retirements. So I need to be there to help him go through the retirement process. But, and I also just want to be there before he goes. But I'm so happy because we have our first woman CEO. And I work at a utility, so that's really uncommon. Women CEOs have not been commonplace in the utility world. It's still very much a man's world. So hooray for that. It's kind of an industry changing thing. Okay, I'm going to tap just a touch of that color right there. Here to transition between that lightest and that darkest. Right there on the lid. There we go. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do for my eyes. Now, I am going to just do, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, speak up. I'd be glad to answer. Hey, Kim, I didn't see you hop on. Stephanie, how you doing? Deanna, how are you doing? I'm going to go ahead and go back to doing my face. I guess we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and grab, I have a Frenchie over here. I have really light colors on my palette right now. I need to get out some of my darker, more winter colors, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the Blend Best Friend for everything today. I'm going to go ahead and get my bronzer on. Kind of blend it. I'm going to go ahead and take the fluffy end of the blush and bronzer brush and just kind of blend that out. So I am just doing this side of my face right now. This side of my face. 2 sides I'm pointing at, sorry. I'm just doing this side of my face right now so that you guys can see the difference, and hopefully you can see some of the differences of how like the shadowing works on the forehead, the jawline. Hopefully that jawline looks a little bit smaller right there because this side is shadowed, this side is not. You know, it all gets blended together, but for right now, hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to go ahead and use some of that contour around my lip. Anybody not use mascara makeup that may have questions about it or want to know anything about highlighting and contour, I'm going to just go ahead, since I already have contour in this brush, I'm going to go ahead and just go right down my nose. And can you see what contouring the nose does? Can you see how that takes, and now your focus is right here on this part of the nose, and it has made my nose look thinner. Okay, so I'm going to go with the brush. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out some. I don't want that line. I want that shadow to be there, but I don't want it to look like a line was drawn on my nose. So I want my nose to be shadowed, but not evident that it is contour going down my nose. We have natural shadows, and you really want to put the contour in the places that natural shadows would go. Okay, and I'm just gonna tap that highlight color right there in the middle of that, blend it together to make sure that none of that contour went into that center of the nose. Okay. And I really like this brush for blending all the things. It's definitely my favorite for lots of reasons. I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer down my neck just so that my the color of my neck matches the color. See the difference between right here, which has no bronzer, and right here, but now this looks very much like that. So it matches the color of my skin. I'm going to dip into my lip and cheek color. And go ahead and get that on my lips and my cheek. I love Frenchie, but I don't think it's dark enough for my lips. I'm actually going to take a little bit of bronzer and mix in. Give it just a little bit more color. I'm going to just kind of blend out that bottom and top bronzer line so it's not so harsh. Kind of create my own lip and cheek. I mean my own lip color. I'll get that cheek color, kind of blend it in with that bronzer and that contour. So see, okay, that's kind of coming along. And the only thing I really have left, and again, I went with a very light natural. I mean, that's more what I prefer anyways, but I went with a very light natural look. I'm going to go ahead and add one more thing, and that is I'm going to add a brightener to this side. So it cleans up anything with those eyes, brightens up, and can you see the difference? Like now that eye's kind of popping. You're just kind of taking that triangle around the eyes. Now I haven't done this side, but this side of the triangle anyways, and adding a little bit of a lighter highlight color to really add some pop. Then I'm going to go and use some illuminator. I'm going to use Angel today. I'm going to put some down the middle of the nose, right up at the brow bone, even further clean up that eye. I'm going to put a little bit right here in the corner of my eye. And then I'm going to do it on the high point of my cheek. Can you guys see? The cream illuminators are more natural. They still give you like that glow and that pretty shimmer, but it doesn't do it like that pop that the, I'm going to get just a little bit right here. Doesn't give you that pop that you get with the powder illuminators, but there you go. I would do my Stay Spray, and I did not get my sponge. Did not get my sponge wet to blend with my sponge, so I'm going to let that dry for just a minute, And then I'm just going to blend lightly with this brush just to make sure everything is good. Okay, so that side is done. Hopefully I'm gonna just let you guys take a quick peek and see. Nobody seems to be chiming in, so I really don't know, but can you see like the subtle differences? See the brow bone and how that has that little bit of, it looks cleaner, it's got a little bit of shimmer. Obviously, you know, you got your contour line right here, which gives the cheek a little bit more definition. I feel like I can see the difference in the jawline, so I'm hoping you can too. Definitely have some shadow on the side of the forehead, whereas the side of the forehead is just like, wow, I got a wide forehead. The brightness under the eye seems to lift the eye a little bit on this side. Do you guys see that? I'm hoping you can see all the things. If you can't, I'm very sorry. It means I'm not doing a good enough job of getting it on there good for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Hopefully I do it exactly the same. I remember what I dipped everything into, but if I don't, you guys can let me know. This makeup is, I mean, I'm just to say I'm slightly obsessed with this makeup is no joke. I absolutely am so in love with this makeup. Okay, so got that contour line on. Gonna go ahead and get that jawline shadowed. Gonna go ahead and add some contour up there. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it back towards the hairline. Since we're not going to get the sponge to blend, we'll just go ahead and blend as we go. So I feel like because we already did the eyes on the side's gonna go a lot quicker. So we've got that, and we're gonna go ahead and bronze. There we go. Okay, got that bronzer on. Gonna take my Frenchie. And get it on the apple of that cheek and mix back in there with that contour and bronzer. Pretty equal. Then we're going to take the lighter highlight color and do the same thing on this side. Okay, can now you see how that's like that brightening? I swear that little bit of putting on that brightener just makes such a big difference. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't have the illuminator on yet, but go ahead and blend this side a little bit too. Making sure that we have all the things. And then get the angel illuminator on this brow. There you go. Oh, I forgot right here. Okay, so I will just blend that. And that's it. That is a quick mascara makeover. If you have not tried the product and you live local, we can color match you in person, or we can color match you virtually, whatever your preference is. If you don't live local, we can definitely do that virtual color match so that you can find out what products would be best for you to use. Please send me a message and we will get hooked up. I would love to give you a hand with getting started with this makeup. If you want a makeover so that you can, try it out on your skin first and see how it goes. If you just have questions, whatever it is, please feel free to reach out and contact me. I am home recovering from surgery, so I will be available more so than I usually am to answer any questions that you may have. I have this really cool tool. I'm going to see who made it through to the end. I have this really cool tool. It's for cleaning the color off. So like if you want to switch colors on your brush so that you can dip into another product, like say I went dark to light instead of light to dark. I want to get the dark off of there so that I can use the light and not have any dark blend in with it. This is a really cool in between truly sanitizing your brushes and cleaning them and just getting them clean in between colors. I have one of these to give away, so if you comment down below, enter me in the giveaway, or do the little hand emoji so I know you saw this part of the video. I will put you guys in a drawing, and we'll see who wins one of these, and I'll get it out to you. So thank you so much for following, and thank you so much for participating in the page, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Have a great day.